Welcome back to episode 2 of Two Guys Drink. And we got a third wheel today. My buddy Dave is here along with...
I'm Sean. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you.
And I'm Ian. So we're going to get together away from our families and bullshit about fun stuff, right? So
before we get into the fun stuff, we get to try our, I don't even know what to say, but our unofficial sponsors, Evan Williams. Thanks, Evan.
More like thanks to Ian who picked that up from the liquor store. And I am going to be dreading that in about 2 seconds from now.
Rental look up, everyone. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Oh, geez. Do we have to shoot this?
Yes. Oh, God. Oh, that started coming back up for a second. Woo!
All right. It may be a long time before we top that one.
Proper 12, absolutely better than Evan Williams.
Thank you, Connor.
I didn't think it was that bad. Actually, it's not bad.
Okay, I guess I'm just a pussy. So, anyway.
Don't get me wrong. I can drink that, but that was not.
Yeah, I mean, it was strong.
So, Dave, you got brought into this because you're living at my house this week because of work.
Yep.
And
How was that, living with Ian?
Oh, man.
Jeez.
Scary.
my kids are torturing him all day
That
today.
is true.
I thought you were torturing them.
No, well, a little bit. We're working a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little new business idea going. Xbox versus PlayStation. We got into it a little bit in episode 1. Obviously, I am full Xbox these days, and Sean is deciding what to get for the new console.
Well,
And
I did get an Xbox 360 this week.
yeah,
Handed to me, but I did get one.
somehow our communication broke down because I was telling him he could get the old Xbox Ones and he could still play Madden with us. And he ended up with an Xbox 360. And I was like, that's not going to cut.
Yeah,
That's what I found out. So
Yeah,
now I have that with NCAA 14, and I'm enjoying it by myself. So that's what it is.
there you go. So let me ask you, what is your favorite thing about the PS4?
Just the consistency. PlayStation every year has the same controller, same setup. It just updates the graphics, adds a few new things. You should know this by now, that I use an iPhone. I used the BlackBerry before an iPhone. Consistency is just my thing. That's what I enjoy.
I mean, the controllers are pretty similar now.
They are pretty similar. Yeah.
I think on the new ones, even the PlayStation is almost just like the Xbox. But, it's too hard to get a PlayStation 5 at this point. That
Or
I
an
wouldn't
Xbox,
even know.
really. I mean, to be honest with you. My only thing, and I was a PlayStation guy back in the day, and the only reason I'm not still a PlayStation person is because I don't have any friends with PlayStation other than you, and I got like 10 friends that have Xbox.
I get it.
So that would be my theory. And Dave is here, and he's in our Madden League. And we would love to have you. This is your introduction to the Madden League. You can join and be like our 8th or 9th or 10th member. I don't even know how many we have.
By the way, crowds, separate show here. He brought Dave here just so for this conversation. That's the reason why Dave's on this week.
He would have absolutely stayed home and played video games. Drug his ass out here. So.
It's because Ian needed help in this conversation.
It's funny, I'm actually up at my Xbox now. So.
Yeah. So Dave doesn't have good internet at home, so he's using my internet right now while he's at my house.
So don't worry. I literally, since I got that Xbox from my brother, the only game I've played actually has been the NCAA game. So when I guess it's going to be in 22 comes out. Who knows where I'll be at that point? I've already told you I've looked into the Xbox and kind of questioned it because in my heart I still want my PlayStation 5, but I've at least questioned the Xbox.
Dave, what's your thoughts on this topic?
Well, I haven't seen the PlayStation 5, to be honest. I haven't really paid attention too much to them. I've been following Xbox for so long now.
Even if you go into the stores, they don't even have it hooked up still.
No, they don't.
You can't even see it hooked up while in the store.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, it is hard to judge on system, but we've been Xbox for so long, I probably would stay with Xbox.
Yeah, but that's my same fight about PlayStation. I randomly have this Xbox, and this is like the only time I've randomly had it.
Xbox does update their stuff. I mean, the menus change, which drives me nuts at times, but there's so much content to it.
Full backwards compatible, too.
Yeah, I think PS5.
PS5,
no.
PS5 is.
That's that.
Oh, is it?
PS5
Yeah.
is.
The
PS4 was
not?
the only one.
Okay.
That's the before that PS3 was. They all were prior. PS4 for some reason was the one. And I think it's because they changed the script to it, like it's Bluetooth, Blu-ray, things like that. And the other ones weren't compatible with that at the time.
The only thing that even makes me somewhat consider getting a PlayStation ever is that they have Major League Baseball games.
Yeah.
But I've been
That is
told that
true.
that's opening up next year,
Oh, really?
or even this year, that those are coming to the Xbox. And then God of War is like a super fun game. I don't know if you ever played God of War.
Yeah.
It's a PlayStation only title, and it is awesome. I played it on the PSP back in the day.
Yeah, but Xbox has so many awesome exclusive games as well.
Yeah.
So I mean,
They both do.
playing for just that, and yeah.
Once again, you're. I like it for this reason. I like that for that reason. You're going to have give and take, and you're going to have a lot of similarities between the two.
Number one most important thing: how many friends do you have on the PlayStation?
You said this last week.
I know, but it's the only thing that matters.
I know, it's the only
If
thing
all
you
my
got.
friends had PlayStation, I would have a PlayStation because I don't really care. I don't think there's that big a difference between the two consoles.
Well, we're friends. Why don't you switch to PlayStation?
Because I have more friends on Xbox. I'm not going to have two systems.
The question is, which one would you play more by yourself too? Because sometimes your friends aren't online.
I usually don't play when my friends are online. I'm lame like that. All right, well, I think we're about settled. Hopefully we sold you on Xbox.
I do love the Xbox.
All right, so selling on something. Anybody hear the rumor that there's a teacher who took a loan out to buy GameStop stock?
Yeah, and
he completely failed on that one.
Yeah, so from what I read on this, he actually took a loan out, $20,000 loan out, and then he bought GameStop near the top of the market when it went up to like some $300-$400 a share.
Genius.
And then a couple days later crashed to like now it's at like $40 a share, right? So he literally lost almost $20,000.
Not even caring what he lost. What class did he teach? Do we know this? Because if it's math, I really want to reconsider where I send my kids or pay attention.
I did not see that in the article.
Was that a local story?
No, I don't think so. I think it was a national
no.
story.
But if a teacher's thinking that way, there's other teachers thinking that way. I need to pay attention to the teachers.
I mean, I invest in a little bit of stocks, but typical rule of thumb is you want to buy low, sell high, right? Now, the theory was from the diamond hands, as we'll call them on Reddit, is that stock was supposed to go to $1,000 a share. And probably right around the time this dude bought in, it was probably heading for that until Robinhood and Webull and all these platforms stopped letting you buy more of the stock, which is the only thing that was shooting the stock up was the fact that they were buying more and more and more of it, right? So he got stuck holding it, or he could have hurried up and sold it, but instead he lost his money. So, but the guy at the top who arranged it all made like $47 million. So bravo, you're a millionaire, and everybody else got screwed.
Can that guy teach our kids?
Right, exactly. Can he teach math?
I was going to say, can he step into the math or the business class in high school that I don't think they really teach?
Yeah, this is how you influence an audience to pump and dump a stock so you can make millions of dollars, right? Which pump and dump's illegal, but since he doesn't hold like a Series 7 license, I don't think anything can happen.
That's true, yeah, how do they come back at that? He doesn't have a license for it?
I don't know.
I didn't really take it. He's just doing what anybody else would do, or could, if they could do it, would do.
Taking a loan to gamble, which that's pretty much gambling at that point.
Yes.
Probably not a good idea.
No, not a good idea.
Would you do that, Dave?
No.
No. Even if you were pretty sure it was going to go up.
No, I would not take that. No.
Even pretty sure you take I don't even know what the loan was, how much it was, but seriously, you take a loan out, you still have to pay that loan back.
Yeah, that's a big gamble.
I mean, I did buy a little GameStop stock during the craze. But
yes, but you didn't take a loan out on it.
No, I threw a little bit of extra cash in, and I think I bought it like $150 a share, and I sold it at like $300, and then I was like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
So like it's going to $1,000. I was like, I don't think so. As soon as Robinhood stopped letting people buy, I was like, I'm selling this shit. You know,
But
like,
you did what the smart person will do. Okay, let me jump in on this when it's just beginning. Let me get out before.
yeah, Diamond Hands over here held on to the ground, lost all his money. Good stuff.
Right?
Good stuff. Kids, don't do that at home. And no, we're not financial experts, by the way, right?
I'm definitely not.
Are you a
I know
financial
I'm
expert?
not.
Okay. None of us are financial
I do a little
experts.
stock. Once again, everybody go buy Dogecoin.
It's down. It's down bad. I sold all of mine.
Oh,
Except
did
for like
you?
a very small amount. Once Elon stopped being able to raise it, I was like, okay, it's probably done.
All right. So talking about stocks, we'll talk about something that can raise a big stock in Apple. So what we're talking about here is Apple may come out with a car I'll be honest with you. My question is, why are they using Kia?
No, they dropped that contract.
Did they? I didn't
Yeah,
catch that.
they did drop the Kia Hyundai contract, and I guess they are talking to Nissan. Is the newest one that they're talking to?
Okay, well, I would rather go with Honda or Toyota. That would make sense for them.
I mean, I think when you're a big tech company, like, don't you just have to, with all that, they had tons of cash. Don't you just have to be Tesla and design it from the ground up and do it yourself?
That would have been my prediction off the bat. If you would have just came to me saying Apple was going to have a car and I didn't have any background on it, I would have been like, oh, Apple, they're jumping into the automotive.
I mean, Elon Musk didn't know much about doing cars, and then he got a car, right? So
you can hire people who can figure out the car
exactly,
side
hire an
of it.
engineer, build it from the ground up, and then have a true Apple car. Because that's not going to be an Apple car. It's going to be a Nissan with an Apple sticker on it.
Pretty much, yes. It's going to have some Apple functions inside the car. But in terms of a car, it's just Nissan.
That'd be the equivalent of them going to LG to design their next iPhone, right?
I'll be honest with you, though. If Apple had made their own car and it was made by Apple, I'd love to go to the Apple store and watch their car just sit right in the middle while you're going to get your computer or whatever else you're looking for.
Your thoughts on an Apple car? I mean, it would be all electric, right? That's what we're assuming?
That's what they said, yes.
Yeah, all electric.
Because they're on the right path. Like, we were talking earlier before all this, and electric would be the way to go now. So I mean, but I do agree though. Why would you pay someone else to design your car, and all you're doing is paying for a name brand at that point? So
yeah, you're just putting your name, your slap. Oh, it's your car. Let's just slap our sticker
like
on
sticker.
here.
Yeah.
Let's put the big Apple logo right on the front of the car.
Well, Sean, you know my theory with this. I will absolutely, hands down, never buy or own an Apple product in my life. So I don't care what they design. I'm not going to own one.
What if it's Tesla and Tesla goes in with Apple?
That's fine. I'll still buy the Tesla-only products and not buy the Apple products. I haven't bought Beats since they bought Beats. I am not an Apple person, right? I stay the hell away from Apple. You guys are douchebags. I want nothing to do with you. No Apple products for me.
Wow, he just called me a douchebag.
Now, if Microsoft comes out with a car, sign me up. I'm a Microsoft guy. That's
all right, so Xbox, PS, Microsoft, Apple. How are we friends?
I don't know. We somehow collaborate and it works. Yeah,
you see how our daily conversations go? It's literally, nope, this, nope, this, nope.
I mean, we get along with some things. Hockey.
Yeah, that's true.
We get along with hockey.
Okay. Yeah, but everybody in Pittsburgh pretty much likes the Penguins.
That's true.
That's about one of the few consistents here in the city.
Would you buy an Apple car?
No, because I don't like Apple either. I mean, they have too many security features on their stuff, and I know that's to protect the consumer.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, like, I've dealt with it when my daughter had a phone, and getting that unlocked because she lost her password was a nightmare. If they would make it a little bit easier on the security features, make it a little bit easier for the consumer to have their product, I mean, okay, I know you have to, hey, I bought this, you have to prove you bought it. Okay, I get that, but oh my God, the steps to go through that, if they do that to a car or something. Could you imagine losing your keys and, hey, I got to unlock my car and I can't get in it, and then now you got a proof of purchase to your car or whatever.
Well, Face ID does not work.
Yeah.
It does not recognize your Face ID.
Well, that's the thing now. We were talking about Tesla on the way in. You don't have keys anymore, Dave.
No, it's all push button.
Yeah,
It's all your phone. This is your key now.
But okay, you don't have it.
You just walk into your car and it recognizes your face.
That'd be pretty sweet, actually.
It would, if it works, right?
So I'm test driving the Tesla, and I was like, I pull in and I park, and I'm trying to figure out how the hell do I turn off this vehicle? It's running.
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn it off, and I'm going through all the settings on the screen. I have no idea how to turn it off. Next thing you know, I pick up my phone and I Google how to turn off a Tesla, and it says you get out of the car and close the door, and it turns itself off. It knows that you have left the vehicle and will shut down.
All right. So
And lock.
Yeah, I would have felt like an idiot with you.
I would have, and I would be upset about that, actually, because I get out of the car all the time. I lock my doors, leave the car on while I go take my kid to preschool. Then I'm out of the car for 3 minutes, and it's 20 degrees outside.
Yeah,
20 degrees. I don't want it to turn off.
You gotta leave your door open a little bit or something.
I don't want somebody to get into my car.
I don't know. I haven't figured it all out, but I did. I got out, I closed the door, and it locked and turned off, and I was like, oh, okay.
That's how Tesla's going to work. They're going to go in with Apple. They're going to add Siri to their vehicles. Hey, Siri, turn my car off. So,
No.
And that's
Tesla, do not do this. Elon, if you're listening, don't go in with Apple. That's like doing a deal with the devil.
He kind of liked it. That's why he got defensive over it.
We'll have Alexa. He'll go with Amazon and do Alexa.
You gotta change the name.
Yep, exactly. I would say go with Microsoft, do Cortana, but Cortana sucks compared to Alexa.
Do you remember when that came out with Microsoft? And I think it was Nokia, maybe Microsoft phones at that point.
Yeah, I remember. I'm a Windows guy. I remember everything.
I was a T-Mobile guy, and I remember them giving me the spiel. Oh, Cortana could do this and this and this and this. Oh, there's no apps on that.
Yeah, you kind of have to do the apps in order to do it.
All right, so Applecar, yes, no, anybody? I know no to you.
No to me.
No to me.
I just don't like the fact that they're not making it themselves. That's really
I could totally see if they build it from the ground up. I could see you driving an Applecar.
Yeah, but the problem is now I'm in my pickup truck mode. I don't want a car anymore. I want a big pickup truck.
It's a Cybertruck.
I'm going with Dodge right now. But that could be a show for another time. So let's see here. So let's move on and hear about a crazy trade rumor that is just beefing up the more weeks go by, and that is Russell Wilson moving from the Seahawks. And they're actually considering it. This started, I believe, when Russell Wilson came out and said, I think players should have more freedom over their legacy, which I'm not necessarily disagreeing with that, but you do sign a contract to play for your team at the end of the day. But then the team was okay with him saying that and considering moving him. Seahawks, does Pete Carroll need to retire? Is he getting up there, losing his mind a little bit?
I'm very opinionated on this topic, so I'm going to let Dave start. What are your thoughts on them moving Russ Wilson?
Well, his age is starting to become a factor, but he still was one of the best quarterbacks in the league last year.
He's under 30.
Yeah, but you have to look, okay?
Tom Brady just won the Super Bowl at 45.
Right, I get
43.
I was going to say
43.
45 yet.
But you're not
Don't get me wrong, he may at 45.
But you're not going to build a franchise around a 30-year-old quarterback. It don't
Why?
Because the age is too much. You get lucky.
Please give me him. I will give any quarterback in the league right now, except for Patrick Mahomes.
But if you're looking at like 3-4 years, okay. But I'm going to use my own team, Buffalo. You got a guy who's 23, 24 years old. You can put a lot more pieces around him. You bring in Wilson, he's going to want a lot of money, depending on the team.
He's already got a contract.
Where's your cap going to be?
Well,
by the way, Dave, sorry, he won't go there. Sierra will tell him no. Buffalo's out of the picture here.
Oh, yeah. No, that's okay.
That won't work for her.
As a Cowboys fan.
Oh, geez.
And I'm not a big Seahawks fan. Actually, in recent years, I've begun to hate them. Okay? But I'm telling you right now, Jerry, if you're listening, sell the farm and get Russell Wilson, okay? The guy is amazing. He's truly amazing.
He is. Yes.
And I would give 3 first-round picks and the rights to Dak Prescott for Russ Wilson right now. Signing up.
So I'm going to take a step back here and go back a few years to a Colin Kaepernick versus Russell Wilson game that I remember taking a phone call from you during this game.
Yeah, neither one of them could throw.
Saying these are horrible shit quarterbacks that shouldn't be in the NFL and they're not going to make it.
And then 2 years later, I'm watching Russ Wilson play and throw the prettiest deep ball I've ever seen before in my life. That guy's deep ball is amazing.
He reminds me of Steve Young because he could throw on the move.
He's durable. I mean, has he ever been injured for more than a game? I don't think so.
I can't remember it if he has. So.
I mean, the guy is truly amazing. And here's the thing. He already got his big contract, but that was years ago. He's at $32 million a year. We got to pay Dak $40 million a year. Trade Dak. Get Russ. We'll use that extra $8 million in cap space to load up on other stuff in the defense.
Oh, for you guys, you really don't. I was going to say you just need it on your defensive side.
And really, I think the defense will be fixed. If they are even close to trading Russ Wilson, Jerry should be making that wheeling and dealing right now. Make that deal. Make it happen.
How many picks would you give up for him?
3 first-rounders and the rights to Dak Prescott.
You're crazy. I think you have a quarterback who's thrown for 500 yards per game last year before he got hurt. The guy was amazing. He was a stud. Why would you give up on that so soon?
Because he wants so much money.
No. But yeah, you want to pay Russell Wilson money.
Think of what Russ could do with those weapons.
Well, no, I get it. And
Russ has never had weapons like the Cowboys have. Think of what he could do in that offense.
He had Metcalf last year. He had Tyler Lockett. He's had a few weapons.
Yeah, Metcalf would potentially be a stud on the Cowboys. Lockett wouldn't even make our team. Chris Carson
before,
sucks.
Yet before this season with Metcalf, Lockett was considered a top 5 to 7 wide receiver in the league. And the only reason he fell off is because they started throwing to Metcalf.
Would you rather throw to Tyler Lockett or CeeDee Lamb? Yeah, CeeDee Lamb.
Kind of torn there, actually.
I'm not. I don't think Lamb has all that great a hand.
He was amazing this year as a rookie.
Metcalf's a burner.
Metcalf's awesome. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Metcalf is great.
No, Metcalf's incredible.
That's one weapon, and that's the best weapon he's ever had. We have 3 receivers that are at least in the ballpark of Metcalf.
You know what the funny part was? Before the season, there was talks that they were going to move Metcalf to tight end. With that big body, that big jump leaping ability.
I do that in Madden all the time. We have receivers at tight end. I mean, honestly, if you're any team outside of like the Chiefs, do you not at least consider the trade? Like,
once again, I told you the Chiefs are obviously the one. The Chargers, I don't know. I really like Justin Herbert going forward as a quarterback, and he's young, like we just were saying about 1 year in, and look what he did for a team that had a bad offensive line, minimal weapons again. But he's another guy I like. I mean, there's a few of those.
I know Buffalo fans would say they would not trade Josh Allen for Russ Wilson, but I think that's crazy.
Well, I don't, because Josh Allen was in the mix of MVP candidacy. You can't give up on that. Josh Allen and just Stephon Diggs have such a connection right now. It's only going to get better. You can't ruin that. That would kill team chemistry.
Yeah, but you got to worry about playoff Josh.
Russ
has already won a Super Bowl.
I can get you there, but I do like the connection you're talking about with Diggs. From Allen to Diggs, that seemed to really come out this year.
Yeah.
You don't think Russ can throw to Diggs?
Oh, I think he can, but there's already a connection there. Why screw up something that's working?
Yeah, but you're gonna have to pay Allen $40-45 million when he's ready for a contract.
Probably.
Yeah, they're already talking $40 million plus. I see them doing it though.
They have to do it. All teams have to.
You have to pay your quarterback.
If you get a top 15 quarterback, you're going to have to do it, and it sucks so bad. And I think that they need to get to a point where the NFL owners are going to do quarterbacks what they did to running backs. They're like, we'll just draft another one. Bye. Go get your $40 million somewhere else.
So the Eagles were ahead of the game with becoming the coaching carousel in the NFL.
The quarterback factory is what they call themselves. And yes, maybe
so
they are
ahead of the curve here.
They're ahead of the curve. But the only thing is they gave Wentz the contract, and then you're supposed to move on before you give them the contract. A little backwards.
I didn't say they were smart. I just said they're ahead of the curve.
And I don't know if Jalen Hurts is the future guy there.
Yeah, they have the 7th overall pick. See who falls on what they decide to do.
If they draft another quarterback, Eagles fans will lose their minds.
Dude, they need to either take Devontae Smith or what's the other one? Jamar Chase, I think it is. The 2 drafted wide receivers.
Their receiving core is
atrocious. You need a receiver. If you're desperate for a quarterback, there's enough teams trying to trade a quarterback right now.
You know they drafted that Reagor over the kid Minnesota got last year?
Yeah.
Jefferson? They drafted Reagor over Jefferson.
Yeah, but everybody questioned the Jefferson pick, too, and said he went too high, went to the Vikings, and then he had that crazy year.
Yeah, he was a stud.
You just don't know what to expect out of that stuff. And Reagor was horrible because he was injured, the first, 5 weeks of the season, 6 weeks or something like that?
Well, and that goes to the fact that with the Russ trade, I think NFL teams are starting to feel more like NBA teams are starting to devalue that first-round pick. Like, you see what the Rams were willing to do to move on from Goff. They traded, two first-rounders?
Two. And didn't they give a third? I think there was a third as well, and Goff.
Yeah, and Goff. So, I mean.
Basically, they said it would have been a first and a third if it was straight up. But they wanted to get rid of Goff, so they had to get an extra
first. That's for an older, maybe slightly better quarterback?
No, they think he's obviously a lot better.
I don't know. I haven't seen much from Stafford in years.
McVay loves it. What I've got out of it is they keep talking about McVay loves it.
I think him and his wife hang out with Stafford and their wife. They're friends.
I honestly, I think McVay believes in the hype that he is this offensive genius, which I think he is. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disagreeing with that hype. But he thinks Stafford, he can make this offensive juggernaut because it's been there. It's been proven to be there before. And he's thinking as his brain, okay, so I had all those issues with Goff, but look what I got for Goff. And look how he got paid with McVay before this trade. And then him and Goff fell out, but he thinks he can do it with Stafford.
That Akers kid's a beast.
Oh, yeah. Well, they have a ton of guys.
Cam Akers, yeah.
They have 2 receivers, Cup and what's the other one?
Woods.
Woods.
Oh, yeah, Woods, yeah.
And then even Reynolds. Reynolds is the third receiver.
Reynolds isn't bad either.
They have Akers. They had another I think it was Henderson. They had 3 running backs this year that all did pretty good for them.
When they were healthy, yeah.
Right. They have a defense. Can't say they don't have a defense. They have Jalen Ramsey in the back, and they have Donald up front.
Well, if you're Philadelphia, you have to be like scratching your head. So we moved on from a Super Bowl winning head coach 3 years ago. Won the Super Bowl. Okay. We moved on from him because of his feud with Wentz.
And then you move on.
And then you trade Wentz. So now you're stuck with a bumbling idiot head coach, and you just traded your star quarterback.
And you didn't even get guaranteed first-round pick.
Yeah.
That said quarterback.
I mean, as a Cowboys fan, I'm laughing hysterically. Like,
Yes.
this is the best thing to ever happen.
As a Pittsburgh fan across the state, I'm also laughing.
It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
It's
like,
just a dumb thing where
my franchise might do some dumb things, but we ain't never been that dumb. You know?
Don't get me wrong, going into that, we have enough dumb coaching positions in the league. That may be one of them.
Who knows?
So that being said, who is your thought of the worst coaching job out there?
In all sports?
All the sports, setup-wise, what they have around them, what they have available to them.
What you got, Dave? All sports. Worst coaching job?
I don't follow very many sports. I follow football. But I don't know. I am in the boat with the Texans right now. I mean, I think that poor guy's he's losing his team before it really gets started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm full on board with that.
I'm torn on this. I really am. I want to say the Jets.
Yeah, but they just had an incredible coaching hire.
Okay, so maybe he's a coordinator. We don't know if he's going to be a great head coach, right?
And once again, not Dave's point what he just said with the Texans and the Jets. The Jets have $80 million in cap room to go spend. They have the number 2 overall pick. They have a pick, 26 or 7 at the end of the round, first round. And then they have 2 in the second round, and then they have 2 first the following
Yeah, they
year.
got a lot, yeah.
They have a lot of cap.
Okay, well, let me ask you something. And this isn't even – I'm going to go away from the Jets, but let me ask you a quick question here. Who's the Jets' number 1 receiver?
What's his name? Crowder.
Jamison Crowder, who was the 4th wide receiver on the Redskins before they became the Washington football team.
But he did still 100 catches for them. Just because he's a 10-yard per catch guy, it doesn't.
Okay, well, when you're the only person to throw to, you're going to get a lot of catches, i.e. Stephon Diggs, okay?
Yeah.
So, you got to think about that. Number 1 receiver, Crowder. He wouldn't be even probably a number 3 receiver on any of our teams, right? So you got to think about that. Running back. Who's the running back?
They got nothing.
Well, it was Frank Gore.
It was Frank Gore. He's gone. He's old. He's gone.
And they had a bunch of nobodies.
They had a bunch of nobodies. Okay. Their offensive line was atrocious. They have a quarterback in Sam
Darnold. They do got a starting left tackle, though.
Okay, they have one good offensive
One guy.
Hey, that's
okay, the other 4 guys.
Start.
But the one guy is to start.
Start.
Sam Darnold's proven that he's not an NFL caliber starting quarterback.
For the Jets in their old system
With crap.
We're basing this off Adam Gase.
With crappy wide receivers. So maybe he's okay. But
don't get me wrong, Adam Gase
they're going to probably draft the quarterback, right?
Adam Gase is the offensive genius. So don't get me wrong. Yeah. But we're basing this off Adam Gase as their head coach.
Which, as a topic, next episode, we should look at Adam Gates' Madden job.
Talking about Adam Gase is like talking about the Eagles' new head coach.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. But, I mean, you just look at that Jets team. They're horrible all the way around. This is a team that lost a football game on the last play of the game to the Raiders, and they called it a 0 blitz, meaning they blitzed the entire house when the Raiders needed a Hail Mary. Like, all Carr had to do is just lob the ball up. There's nobody down there.
But is that the Jets or is that Adam Gase again? Let me go back to Adam Gase.
Well, you can say that. You can say it's coaching, but then I watched the Pat McAfee show, right? And he talks to A.J. Hawk, right? Yeah. And A.J. Hawk's like, look, if my idiot coach calls that play into the defensive huddle, we're all going to go, guys, we can't run that on this play, and we're going to audible out of that play, and we're going to do a cover 3 deep, coverage to cover the Hail Mary. Clearly people wanted fired, and they just let it go. So I would say it's just an overall horrible organization. It's going to take years to turn that around. I think the Texans have enough talent there that they can still.
Ooh!
There's going to be nobody left.
And what do they got to use to get more?
Watson will get over himself. He'll
You
play.
sure about that? Because
Yes.
it doesn't seem like it.
Watson will be in Houston.
I'm not saying he
Works.
won't be in Houston. That doesn't mean he has to try
He'll
hard.
be in Houston. They got that good tight end. They got that QT guy that's pretty decent. They got David Johnson running the football, and they got a good defense.
Did you just bring up David Johnson running the football?
He averaged like 4.3 yards a carry. That was better than any of your Steelers did last year.
I'm not even talking about that part.
He actually did have a couple good games.
But once again, you have to get back into the cap space, and they gave up DeAndre Hopkins.
I'm not saying they made good moves. I'm not defending the moves they made. I'm just saying there's more talent on that team than the Jets, and I think that a good coach can get that locker room together.
The problem is they didn't bring in a good coach.
You don't know that. We don't know anything about this guy.
We don't know anything about the Eagles head coach either.
We know that he cannot talk any better than any of the three of us. Actually, he talks worse than the three of us. He stuttered so much in that press conference. I'd rather have Motor City Dan Campbell.
Oh, I would love to have Dan Campbell.
Who's biting kneecaps off as my head coach, okay? That was the greatest thing ever.
When I look at the Texans, I see McNair as the owner. I see Easterbay, the religious guy who basically runs the team at this point. And I just look and say, that's shit. I don't even know what to say. They literally – J.J. Watt, the face of the franchise from the beginning.
There's none for me.
The face of the franchise from the beginning wanted to leave. He wanted to leave.
He's old. He's done. He's injured every year. That's no big
deal.
deal.
That's fine, but he was Houston.
He was Houston.
He was Houston. And he wanted to leave.
There's still way more talent on the team than the Jets. I will take them over the Jets all day long, and I will put money on it that even with this coaching hire, they will have more wins than the Jets next year.
All right, so I am writing this down because I will take that bet next year between the two of them.
I'll bet you $100 right now.
Just remember, the Jets have a lot of draft
$100?
cap.
You want to do $100?
That's fine.
$100 that the Texans will have more wins than the Jets. And guess what? We have video proof of this bet.
And a witness that's going to say Ian's losing money.
I will take that bet.
All right.
Purely because I am going to be shocked when the Texans have more than 2 wins next year.
Wait. I do need a caveat, though.
Oh, here we go.
If Watson gets traded, that bet is void.
I will give you that.
Okay.
Just because.
Because I really do think he's going to be there. Because I don't think they're going to move him.
I think they're going to be stubborn because they've shown to be a dumb organization.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be stubborn, and I think they're not going to move him when the smart move would be go get your 3 or 4 first-round picks because you have no draft capital. Go get your kit picks. Move on. He doesn't want to be there. Get rid of him. Let him go play for whoever, and take your 3 or 4 first-round picks and be happy.
Here's the thing. The dude just signed a $40 million a year contract. Like, I don't care if you don't want to be here. You signed the contract. You are here, you know?
Okay, but you're right. But here's the problem with that. Just because he's there doesn't mean he's going to want to play there, which means that superstar talent that you're thinking of doesn't necessarily have to perform like a superstar.
Sean, if you pay me $40 million a year, I will do every chore in your house. I will clean your car every single day. I will take your kids to school. I will do whatever the hell you want me to do. I will be your little bitch for $40 million a year.
The catch is he leaves the Texans, something happens. There is probably, about 5-6 of the NFL right now that wants him as their starting quarterback.
Oh, there's probably more than that.
It's probably all down to about 5 teams that don't. And that's not that they don't want him. That's because they just don't need him.
So there's a ton of interest on him.
Every team probably has some interest if they could figure it out.
It's hard not to sell him.
If he does get moved, he'll probably be on draft day. So.
Like I said, it's going to be – well, you would think it would be before the new league season so they don't have to pay him whatever signing bonus he has for the season. Or draft day.
I'd take Russ Wilson all day long.
Oh, that one's tough for me because Deshaun is so much younger than Russ, and their talents are so similar. And
Russ is a winner, though.
Correct, but Deshaun has literally had every successful part that was around him taken from him. He literally has had everything taken from him.
I've seen Watson do some unbelievable
Last year, he had an MVP season on a team that won, 4 games? His stats showed it. He had an MVP season. J.J. Watt literally walked up to him and said, sorry.
I would still rather have Russ all day long.
Once again, that one. I like Russ, and once again, he's up there in that top 5. But him and Deshaun are so similar in the way they play their styles that Deshaun, once again, give Deshaun a good organization. Like I know San Fran has been one of those teams talking about him.
Denver.
Do you know how scary that would be for him to be on the 49ers with the rest of that roster and the rest of that coaching staff that knows how to coach
I could
quarterback?
make the argument that he's as similar as Colin Kaepernick. He's that same style of quarterback, and the NFL is going to figure him out.
He is that same
the
style. The
NFL is going to figure him
out.
out, and he'll be out of the league in 2 years.
How? They could have already done that with the Texans. They literally could have done that with the Texans, and he still performed.
He was injured his first year.
Yeah, but halfway. But the first half, he was ridiculous.
Then he got an average second year. He really had one good year. He's had one good year. It was this year, and that was after
he had a good year last year.
Yeah, he had a really good.
Because they decided to pay him $42 million after last year.
I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure
he doesn't do it for me.
Maybe he doesn't, but Russell Wilson didn't do it for you for years ago either. So, you're wishy-washy about that.
Dak Prescott didn't do it for me a couple years ago either.
And then you learned your lesson last year.
Dak looked really good last year for a short period of time.
All right, so we did go overboard on that conversation.
A little bit. We went all over the place in that conversation.
So let's call our last part here the Parents Corner.
Parent Corner, we're going to talk about something to do with our family and hopefully something funny.
I want to put Dave on the spot and let him go first on this one.
Put me on the spot, huh?
Go ahead, Mr. Guest.
Oh, man. Oh, where to begin? So much going on. Well, I guess, where do you think I should go? Oh, man,
how your son acts around women is
that
pretty.
is kind of funny, actually. Yeah, we do razz him pretty big on when it comes to girls. There's a girl he likes, and when you ask him about it, he shies away pretty easily. But I don't know, like.
I think you should tell him about the basketball game.
The basketball game.
So we're at the basketball game.
Oh,
he came to watch the Roman play basketball. My son played basketball on Saturday. And there was a pretty cute girl that appeared to be his age that walked right by us. And we both tried to talk to him about the girl, and he wouldn't even
look at her.
He wouldn't look at her. He wouldn't communicate with us.
No, he was so shy. But then he admitted that, oh, yeah, she is cute. I'm like, well, trying to push him, like, go talk to him. Oh, you couldn't get the kid to even move an inch. I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, and then we're trying to get him to do push-ups at my house. That was funny, too.
Yeah, he did what, too?
I did more push-ups with your daughter on my back, your 16-year-old daughter on my back, than he did with nothing on his back. So
Yeah, and he's a starting center for his football team, and he can only do.
How does that work?
I have no idea. So
I don't even have. Yep. Nope. No question. Well, yeah, definitely a question because literally two push-ups, but you as a center you have to literally push.
You have to, and he defends big like. He's a decent-sized kid, but the kids that he was facing on his last football season were like twice his size, and he held his ground. That kid is a great center, but
maybe it's all technique. I don't know.
It may be.
Maybe it's all technique.
So the great thing about being in the spot where I'm at right now is this microphone is blocking the crater that's on my face, which is fantastic. I have this ridiculous crater on my face right now.
As you can tell, he's looking at the screen thinking about it to himself.
Right, exactly. I think, it's actually blocked right now. So
realizing this is going to be life for him now?
No, it's not. This is going to be going away in like a couple of days.
Yes, but it's always going to be right there on the screen.
Yeah, that's true. So my parent corner is going to be about Roman. It's probably most of my parent corners are going to be because the kid is just ridiculous. This was probably 2 weeks ago, and I probably already told you this, so you might have heard this already, but he decided to run over and smack his sister's butt. And then she turns around and grabs her butt and goes, "Oh, my butt bone hurts now." And so now my son has been running around ever since going, "I am the butt bone master."
You didn't tell me this. This is so good.
So my 6-year-old son's running around the house all the time calling me, "I am the butt bone master." So we had a little bit of a COVID scare at the office, and I was working from home for a couple of days until I got my COVID results back, and I was negative. Actually, I've had 2 tests now, and I've been negative both times. And I'm on a recruiting web call, similar to like what we're doing right here. And my son runs right by my home office while I'm in the middle of a recruiting meeting and goes, "I am the butt bone master!" And I'm just like, hand over head, and the guy just started chuckling, and he's like, "Did he say the butt bone?" I was like, "Yes, he did say butt bone master." So I now cannot wait until he is like a teenager and realizes what could be the alternative of being the butt bone master, so his dad can pick on him, right? I'm gonna call it. That's gonna be his big.
You recorded this yet?
No, I've not been.
You need to do that, right?
I probably should, just so I have proof that he is the butt bone master.
That's exactly.
Because otherwise, he won't believe me. Like I don't believe my mom and all her stories.
Or
right?
when he brings his first girlfriend around.
Oh yeah.
Blackmail is real.
It is real.
It is real.
If I want to do some chores around that,
Fancy girlfriend.
batter up.
I was gonna say, all right, I can't beat that one. Not this week, at least. There are weeks Grayson will give me that, and Ollie will. But no, this time around, the biggest thing he really has been doing is Grayson's been growing his vocabulary is the best way. The other day we went to a restaurant. We're getting dinner for my father-in-law's birthday. The server comes up. What do you want to drink? Pepperoni pizza.
What do you want to drink? Pepperoni pizza.
Pepperoni pizza.
Okay.
Oh, you're hungry? Yes, I have a huge appetite. So, okay, come back with a pizza. Can you bring another pepperoni pizza?
He's like, this is great. It's unlimited, right? I asked, they bring it.
Nonetheless, he just sat there and kept going on about how big of an appetite he had and this pepperoni pizza. And my son is that one who he realizes he made everybody laugh. Oh, this is funny, so I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. I want a pepperoni pizza for a drink. So, whole dinner, probably the next day, all I got to hear about was pepperoni pizza and an appetite.
That kid can bow down, too.
He has his moments, yes.
I drank a pizza. Why not?
Right.
Just put it in the blender.
That was great. That was literally, we were getting in there. I was taking my jacket off and everything. And the lady's coming up. Can I grab you guys a drink? Pepperoni pizza. That's literally the first thing that came out.
He probably didn't even hear, what would you like to drink? He just saw, waiter, I'm hungry, food.
That's probably about it.
I mean, not a horrible way of looking at it, right?
Nope.
All right, so I think that wraps us up. Thanks to our unofficial sponsor, Evan Williams. By the way, you guys each have another shot. There wasn't enough for me to have an additional.
Here,
you
brought the drink, actually.
Okay. No. We're good. I'm good there.
Now you got some.
Oh, no, you got some.
Okay.
You didn't
great.
give me a whole lot. So
Yeah, there's not a whole lot in here. Unofficial sponsor, Evan Williams. Oh, God. It took like 10 minutes for that back watch, or what do you call
if
that?
it's colder.
After taste?
I'm rocked.
You told Evan.
Evan Williams, thank you. And we're never drinking you ever again.
I will.
Dave likes Evan Williams. He should be here more often because that's what we've been drinking. There's a lot of whiskey. So, and thanks for tuning in to episode 2, which probably nobody's going to watch. And you guys have a wonderful day. Please smash the like button and
top
subscribe.
10. We need a top 10 viewers. I think that's
Top
the last
10 or
video.
just 10 views?
No, we need a top 10 overall viewers. I think that's what we had last time.
Oh, so go for 11
Go
views.
for 11.
That'd be great. Awesome. Dave, you're going to watch it, right? That's
Oh,
fun.
heck yeah, mine as well.
All right, you're on
Pretty cool
YouTube
myself.
now. You're famous.
Yeah.
Signing off, guys. Deuces.
Deuces.
Got deuce.
Okay.